Hi, I'm Yolanda Churchwell, and welcome to today's Brown Bag Brunch session. I started the Brown Bag Brunch networking sessions during the pandemic. We couldn't go outside, we couldn't go to networking events, so I brought them in the house. And we would have bi-monthly sessions where we get together on Zoom and you were able to meet other CEOs, you were able to have conversation, you were able to bounce your ideas off, collaborate, come up with some new connections, just so you could stay positive and continue to grow your business. And it was a hot success. But then the pandemic ended and we all went back to our everyday lives, finding that some of the things that we did just weren't going to fit in like they fit in during the pandemic. Me, I had to give up brown bag brunch and I had to give up putting together jigsaw puzzles. But I decided now that I'm a full-time entrepreneur, why don't we run that back? Why don't we bring back the brown bag brunch series? So in addition to having exclusive networking sessions, we're also going to have lunchtime, brunch time specials where you can learn strategies and actionable tips that are going to help you to grow and scale your businesses to new heights. So let's jump right into today's brown bag brunch session. Okay, so today's topic is, it's a good one, y'all. The future of team collaboration. Y'all know for 2025, collab is a big, big hot topic. It's the way to go. Creating relationships with others so that you can both grow your businesses and you can lean and depend on one another, be able to provide people one-stop shopping for things that they normally wouldn't get in one place. We're coming together, we're collabing. And the purpose of this is that you're going to be able to build high performance teams for growth. Okay. Because what we're talking about specific here today is your team's collaboration within your business. Just like when you collaborate with a partner outside of your business and both of your businesses grow, when your team is collaborating and working together, everybody's on the same page and it's all syncing up, then you're going to be able to create an environment for dynamic growth. Okay. Because the transition from solopreneur to leading a team to becoming a visionary CEO, it can be exciting and yet overwhelming at the same time. I know, been there, done that. Be there, do that. Going to continue to be there and do that because we all know that as you continue in business, it's going to continue to grow to new heights, new levels, right? Okay. So as the CEO, your vision is clear. It's clear to you. And if it isn't, then that's a conversation that we need to have. So please schedule a call. But your vision is clear to you. The next step is that you need a high performing team that you can share that vision with who's going to execute it efficiently. Okay. So what we're going to talk about today is the things that you need in place to be able to create that team collaboration that is going to set the stage for you to continue to have exponential growth and to scale. Team collaboration is extremely important. Building a team is one of the most effective ways to scale your business, period, point blank. It's just being able to create another leg of that foundation for support. If you've been around, you know that I say that you have to have a strong foundation that's going to be able to support your business as you grow. Okay, you can't have that one leg and then things are going to wibble and wobble. Think about the game of Jenga. You don't build that base quite right, and it's all going to topple over. And the worst thing that you can do is to have a successful business and it fail because you don't have a firm foundation. If you know my story, been there, done that. So what I want you to do is I want you to make sure that you are creating a team, you're building a team that's going to continue to create that foundation that you need so that your business can continue to grow. All right. So this building a team starts with clarity in the roles and the expectations. Okay, so let's start with clarity of roles. I'm gonna say something that's gonna make y'all think, oh, what's she talking about? Where's she going with this? But when you're starting to build your team, when you're starting to hire people on, I want you to forget about job titles. Just forget about job titles altogether. Don't worry about the job title. What I want you to do is I want you to focus on the task. What are the tasks that you need done? What are the responsibilities? What are the skill sets that need to be done in order for these tasks to be completed? That's where you start. The job title comes later on. So you're going to start with what task do you need completed? Okay. And then we're going to move along to the expectations. You want to make sure that the expectations that you have for your business and more importantly for your team are realistic and clearly expressed. We can't have pie in the sky, wishes, make a wish, dream a wish, and expect people to be able to do it. You're not creating a bunch of I dream of genies. I cut my hair, but I used to say all the time, you can't pop your ponytail and think that things are going to get done. Your goals have to be realistic. You have to use what we call SMART goals. Okay. So you want to make sure that you are able to lay them out in such a way that they are clearly expressed, people understand them, and they can move forward to giving you what it is that you need. Okay. So again, you're building a team, a high performance team is rooted and grounded in clarity in the roles and clear expectations. Okay. All right. So we're going to hop right in. You're going to need some things in order to build this effective team. And if you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes because I want to make sure that I give this to you guys very, very clearly today because it's important. It's very important for your businesses to grow. All right. So the first thing that you need to know is that effective teams are built on trust. Okay. They're built on trust. And remember, trust is a two-way street. It's not just about you trusting them, but it's about them trusting you. Okay. And the thing that we know about streets is that you're going to have traffic. Okay. So as you continue to build that trust with your team, you're going to have the traffic pick up a little bit and everything's going to be moving. It's going to be smooth. It's going to be grooving. But when you stop, this has to be consistent. If you stop or you lose their trust because of actions or decisions that you make, then that's when you have those traffic jams. That's when traffic gets backed up. That's when things aren't moving forward like they should be. You want to make sure that you have a constant, continuous flow of traffic. You want that trust to be ever increasing. You want to minimize the opportunities for people to lose trust in you and in the vision that you have for your company, for your business. Okay. This is crucial when you're scaling. As a CEO, it's on you. Bottom line, period, point blank, it's on you to foster the growth within your team. Okay. Some of the ways that you can do that is you need to empower your team members. Empower them to make decisions. You don't want to be so regimented in that you don't allow everyone to bring who they are to the team. Okay, let me say that another way. So what you can find out is you do things one way. This is the way that I do things. I'm going to use myself. This is the way that Yolanda does things. Yolanda does things this way. She's very detail oriented. She pays attention. She's very specific in how she does things. However, you could have a team member. Yolanda has a team member, Angela, and Angela believes in the same values that I have. Angela believes in my vision, but she goes about doing things just a little bit differently. And as long as I leave room for her to be her, then not only is the goal going to be reached, but she brings something to the table that I didn't bring to the table, which may end up in the goal being achieved faster or better customer service or better strategies, better operations. So when you leave the door open for people to bring the best of them to the table, what you're going to find is you're going to have different results. You will have greater results because everybody has a different gift, a different skill set, a different way of doing things. There's more than one way to skin a cat. So you could have a prescribed set of SOPs. Again, this comes back to those SOPs, but make sure that you leave room for people to be themselves. Show them that you trust them, empower them to make decisions. Okay. Then you want to give them space to contribute their ideas because you can't see the label from inside the jar. One of my coaches back in the day used to always say that. You need a coach because you can't see the label from inside the jar. You need a team because you can't see the label from inside the jar. You can't see what other people are seeing from your point of view. You need other people to be able to share with you what is seen when people look. Your team is going to be a part of that. Okay? Your team is going to allow you to be able to uncover where there could be situations that you need to fix, and they're going to be able to show you opportunities where you can grow. Okay? And you want to please avoid micromanaging and constant oversight. Okay? I am the type of person, when I was an employee, I would always tell my bosses somehow, some way in one of our first conversations, I'm the type of employee that you tell me what you want, tell me when you want it, and leave me alone. 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna give you more than what you asked for and sooner than what you asked me to do it. However, if you stand over me, if you hover, if you micromanage me, then I'm going to pull back. I'm going to second guess myself. I'm not going to move in the way that I would normally move, and you're not going to get as good of a product. That started back when I was a student. Just tell me what you want and go away. I'm gonna do what I need to do, and it's gonna get done. You have to find out, do you have those type of people on your team? Or do you have people on your team who want you to give them feedback, who want to have conversations? And so you need to learn the different working styles on your team. And one of the best tools, one of the best ways to do that is to do a disc analysis for your team. This is very good. This is something that if you haven't done, you may want to look into it. This is good for small businesses as well as corporations. How do I know that? Because I tried and tested it out when I worked at the IRS. And baby, if it worked for the federal government, it'll work anywhere. Okay? So the first thing you need to do is remember that effective teams are built on trust. And trust is a two-way street. All right? Once you got that down pat, then we're going to need to know that as a CEO, you need to delegate with confidence. Okay? I tell you guys all the time, my biz besties are delegate and automate. Well, you need to delegate, and all that means is you need to focus on your highest revenue generating goals, the things that you as a CEO do in the business that nobody else can do. All of the things that are part of the day-to-day operations, you need to give those over to someone on your team. Assign those to someone. Okay? You need to make sure that you're not doing all of the things. Remember, the whole goal is to shift from a chief everything officer to a visionary CEO. Are you with me? Okay. One of the biggest roadblocks, drop blocks in the chat. One of the biggest roadblocks that I see when I'm working with CEOs is their reluctance to delegate. Oftentimes people will delegate, but they don't relinquish. You tell someone to do something, but you don't really let it go. You hold on to it, and then they can't really do it the way that it needs to be done. Delegation is one of the keys to scaling. So you're going to have to, as a CEO, you have to start up here and get clear in your mind, shift your mindset, because delegation is something you want. Okay, so as you create this team, as you build this team, you're going to keep in mind that you need to, again, build trust because you're going to need to let go and let others do their part. Okay, again, as a CEO, you got to focus on those highest revenue generating tasks. You have to focus on your vision, the strategic parts, and leave the day-to-day operations to your team. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't oversee them. It just means that you're not doing them, you're not micromanaging, and you're not constantly monitoring. You're leaving room for people to do their job, but part of their job is going to be reporting to you so that you can make sure that everything is getting done. I'm going to tell you right now, yes, you as a CEO want to set up your business so that it's not running you so that you are able to reclaim your time. But if you want to be a real life CEO, a real life visionary, if you want to run a 7-figure business, you're going to have to do some work. Period. Okay. So if you think that you're going to be one of those people where you have like a 3-hour work week, that's really not really going to be, that's not going to happen too much. You still need to do some work. You just won't need to do as much work. Okay. And remember, we talked about building trust. Okay. Well, you can't expect to be trusted if you don't model trust. You have to trust your team. You have to trust the people that you've brought on board to do the jobs that you've brought them on to do, and be a model of trust so that they can then trust you. Okay. And again, this all goes back to those basic fundamentals. You have to have your work processes documented and implemented. You have to have SOPs, standard operating procedures in place, because these ensure consistency and reliability. Once you have those in place, then you're going to build the team. You give the team the SOPs and you let them run with it. In essence, your SOPs are an insurance policy for quality control. You see how all of this stuff is building on top of each other so that you can get to the point that you will have a business that is able to grow and scale to new heights? All right, so let's move on to the third thing. You need to create the right team culture. Just want you to think on that for a second. Create the right team culture. Drop the word culture in the chat. This is where you're going to encourage collaboration, transparency, and innovation. When you create this dynamic on your team, you're going to have people who are happy about working together. They're going to try to figure out how they can make things work better. How can I go over here and work with this person in this position to make this stronger, to make this better? They're going to be transparent with you and their other team members. They're going to share when they run into challenges. They're not going to try to hide it. They're not going to try to fix it themselves. They're going to bring it to the table so that as a team, we're all aware of what's going on and we can come up with a solution that works. We can create a best practice so that we can document it and we can use it should this occur in this form or a different form later on. We're not always recreating the wheel. And third, they're going to be so happy and content with their jobs, doing what they do, that they're going to be looking for new ways, better ways. What else can we offer? How else can we switch things up? What else can we offer to the clients to enhance their journey as they go from beginning to end with us? But it all starts with you as the CEO. You have to set the tone. Okay. Collaboration, transparency, innovation, these are critical for scaling. If you're happy just growing, and I've gone over this before, but I'll share real quick, growing means that you're having more business come in. You're having more business come in. You're constantly, having more business, you're growing your revenues. Scaling is you're having more business come in, you're growing your revenues, but you're also using your resources wisely. So your profit margin is increasing. Okay. So again, growing is increasing revenues. Scaling is increasing profit margins. It's using those resources better. Okay. It's adding income streams. It's being able to take on new opportunities. But in order to do that, you have to build a team that is high performance, that trusts you. You have to delegate, and you have to create the right team culture, because then they're going to be engaged and motivated and aligned with the business's goals. All right. So your actionable strategy that I want you to take away from this today, because I'm really big on, it's one thing to share something with you, but it's a whole nother thing to give you something that you can put in place in your business today so that you can take those steps and grow. So what I want you to do today is it's more of a get your journals out. This is more of an introspection type tool. I'm actually gonna have two things for you to do, but the first thing is more of an introspection type tool. Okay. I want you to assess your current team's dynamics. Okay. What I want you to do is, are there any communication gaps? Write those down. Do you have clearly defined roles or do you just have job titles? If the roles are not clearly defined, let's get clear on it. Okay? Let's write those down. And then, most importantly, what is one change that you can make today, to improve your team's collaborations? What's one thing you can do? We've talked about so many things today, but what's that one thing that you can do? I've given you two options already. Is there a communication gap? Do you need to redefine some of your roles? We talked about the three things that you need. What's that one thing that you can do in your business today that will improve your team's collaboration? And then the second thing that I want you to do is I want you to register and join me for Execution Breakthrough. It's a masterclass where we're going to talk about how six-figure female founders are escaping the operations trap to two times their business while working 50% less. You heard me. We're going to escape the operations trap so that you can grow your business and work 50% less. Remember, I told you you're going to continue to work in your business, but you're going to, as a visionary CEO, you're going to reclaim your time and you're going to be able to do the things that you want to do in your personal life. Instead of working in and for your business, you're going to run your business. Okay? So if you're stuck working for your business and it's consuming your life, and you would much rather be leading and building your legacy, then I'm going to need you to secure your seat today. I need you to look in the comments. I need you to click on the link and I need you to register to join me for Execution Breakthrough. This is the masterclass you do not want to miss. We're going to, in just a few hours, create your action plan so that you know how to move forward, so that your business can thrive in 2025, so that you can grow your business while doing less. So thanks for joining me for today's Brown Bag Brunch series. I'm so glad it's back. Be on the lookout. I'm going to have new sessions. We're going to talk about new topics. We're going to get you some new actionable strategies and tips. So make sure that you stand in connection with me. But today, go and register for Execution Breakthrough. I promise you, you don't want to miss this. Thanks, and I'll see you later.